Lila was bored. It was a hot summer day. She sat by the window watching the world go by. Suddenly, a flash of light caught her eye. It came from her grandmother's antique globe. The globe started to spin. It spun faster and faster. Lila felt dizzy. She closed her eyes.
When Lila opened her eyes, she wasn't home anymore. She was in a forest. The trees were tall and green. Flowers in every color bloomed around her. Butterflies fluttered by.
Then she saw him. Standing before her was a man made of inkblots. He had a mischievous grin on his face.
Welcome to Whispering Woods, Lila. I'm Mr. Inkblot, your guide.
Lila was scared, but also excited. This was an adventure.
Why am I here?
Mr. Inkblot's smile faded.
This forest needs your help. An evil witch has cursed it.
Lila took a deep breath. She was scared, but she was also brave.
I'll help. Tell me what to do.
Lila and Mr. Inkblot walked deeper into the forest. The air grew colder. The flowers wilted. The once cheerful forest was now dark and gloomy.
What happened here?
Lila asked, shivering. Mr. Inkblot pointed to a nearby squirrel. It was weeping. They went closer. The squirrel looked up, its eyes filled with sadness.
The witch stole our laughter. She took our songs. She cursed us with eternal sadness.
Lila felt sorry for the squirrel. She promised to help.
They continued their journey. They met a talking rabbit with a limp. It told them how the witch had stolen the forest's joy, leaving only silence in its wake. Each creature they met shared a story of the witch's cruelty. Lila's heart grew heavy. She had to break the curse. She had to help these creatures. With each step, Lila's resolve grew stronger.
The path ahead was dangerous. Thorns blocked their way. A river of molten chocolate threatened to engulf them. Lila felt scared. What if she failed?
Don't worry, Lila. Your kindness is your strength.
He pointed to a nearby rose bush.
Use its thorns to clear the path.
Lila carefully picked a thorn. It was sharp, but it didn't hurt her. She used it to cut through the thorny bushes.
Next, they reached the river of chocolate. It smelled delicious, but it was too hot to cross. Lila remembered the butterflies from before. They were magical. Perhaps they could help. Lila closed her eyes and wished for the butterflies' help.
When she opened her eyes, hundreds of butterflies surrounded them. They flapped their wings, creating a cool breeze that hardened the chocolate into a bridge. Lila and Mr. Inkblot crossed safely. After many challenges, they reached the witch's lair. It was a dark and scary cave hidden behind a waterfall. Lila felt a shiver run down her spine. The air crackled with magic. This was it.
This was it.
Inside the cave, the evil witch awaited. She was surrounded by stolen laughter, trapped in bottles. The sound of the forest's stolen songs played on a loop, distorted and sad.
You cannot defeat me, child. This forest's joy is mine.
Lila stood tall.
You are wrong. Kindness and courage are stronger than any curse.
Lila remembered the sadness in the creature's eyes. She would not fail them. She closed her eyes and thought of everything good and pure. She thought of the forest's beauty, of the creature's kindness. A bright light emanated from Lila, enveloping the cave. The witch shrieked and covered her eyes. The bottles of laughter shattered. The stolen songs were set free. A light flooded the cave. The witch was gone, vanquished by Lila's pure heart. The stolen joy returned to the forest. The trees swayed, no longer wilted. Flowers bloomed again, more vibrant than before. Laughter echoed through the woods. The squirrel they had met earlier was now doing cartwheels, its bushy tail twitching with joy. The rabbit with a limp hopped happily, its injury healed. The forest was alive again.
Lila had done it. She had faced her fears and saved the day.
You were amazing, Lila. You saved Whispering Woods.
The forest creatures gathered around Lila, showering her with gratitude. They sang and danced, celebrating their newfound freedom. Lila had never felt so happy. She learned that even the smallest person can make a big difference with courage and kindness. As the sun began to set, it was time for Lila to go home. Mr. Inkblot led her to a shimmering portal.
Thank you, Lila. You are always welcome in Whispering Woods.
Lila smiled. She would never forget her adventure. She had made new friends and discovered a bravery she never knew she had. She stepped into the portal and found herself back in her room. The antique globe shimmered one last time before fading back to normal. But Lila knew it wasn't over. The world was full of adventures, and Lila was ready for them.